I've just been speaking to someone in studio here, and he's been saying that the FCMB Finbank merger is his preferred in terms of the three mergers that are on the table. What is your take on your preference for possible mergers?
Good afternoon, Samantha. Looking at what happened today, despite the fact that the shareholders of Access Bank and Intercontinental gave approval to the arrangement that is going on in the bank, we still observe that the market still went down today. Most of the banking stocks still went down. The All-Share Index also went down by 0.13%. Market capitalization also dropped. And we look at the trend in the market, we observe that virtually all the bank stocks went down today. First Bank taking the lead. Access Bank, even with the merger arrangement going on, the price still went down today from about 5.28 to 4.95. First Bank, the largest bank in the country, the price also went down today, down to 8 naira 82 kobo from 9.28 that it closed last week. So looking at what is going on in the market, even with all the activities, we still observe that the prices are still going down.
So the market's been selling off in the banking space, and that that's not new to Nigeria, given the sell-off that we've seen in assets overall for the month of September. Why, though, do you think that banks are being sold off, given some of the optimism that we have about the Nigerian banking sector consolidation finally coming to an end this week?
Actually, what is going on here is that investors are just watching how the event will unfold in the banking subsector. We are not going to see the effect immediately because these transactions are not going to be totally closed this week. We have some that will extend to next month. So investors are actually waiting to see how the events will unfold. After then we are going to see the reaction that is going to be positive in the banking sector, and that may lead to prices of some banks going up in the market. But for now, investors are just looking at what is going to happen in the market. They are looking at how the events will unfold, especially all these acquiring banks, the rescue bank. Because right now, today, Intercontinental and Access Bank only did their own. Before the end of the month, we're going to have that of FCMB and Finbank, and also we are going to have that of Union Bank, African Capital Alliance. So by the time they conclude this, people will have to see how the event will be, and that is what will make investors to actually come to banking subsector. Because if you look at the market right now, where people are losing money are basically more in the banking subsector, and that is why everybody is exercising caution to see how the event will unfold in the subsector.
Now, as I said, Godfrey Mwanza, sitting in studio with me, believes that the FCMB Finbank tie-up represents the most compelling option to shareholders. Of the three proposed merger, which do you believe is the most compelling value proposition at this point?
Actually, the evidence is there. We observed that a few weeks ago, 3 banks in Nigeria were nationalized. That's AfriBank that became the Main Street Bank, Bank PHB that became the Keystone, and also Spring Bank that becomes Enterprise Bank. So if shareholders did not give approval to the transaction, definitely what is going to happen is that the banks will be nationalized, because there is no way they can meet the capitalization deadline by September 30. So the option left for them is to just give approval for this transaction. Otherwise, they are going to lose their investment in the bank, in the banks that they have invested in. And that is exactly why it appears that it's a compelling transaction for shareholders to give approval to the transaction, as they did for Intercontinental and Access Bank today.